guys, how's it going? My name is Jeremy. Welcome to Polyphonic Press. Before we get into the review today, I just want to make a couple announcements. First of all, the podcast is back. So I will put a link into the description where you can subscribe to the podcast. Basically, I'll be playing music from my iTunes library. Maybe I'll do a theme week every once in a while, but basically it'll be posted every Wednesday. The first episode was posted last week. I posted it on Facebook, and not sure if a lot of you saw it, but yeah, that podcast is happening, so definitely check it out. The second thing is, I'm still looking for writers for the website. I've got a guy right now, Jonathan. He's very good. He's been writing a couple articles. But my goal is to have like 3 or 4 people writing so we can have sort of a consistent article output, basically. So I'm still looking for writers for the website. So if you're interested, send me an email. I'll put the email in the description as well. But anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing the debut album from Alabama Shakes. The album is called Boys and Girls. Now, Alabama Shakes are a band from Athens, Georgia. This is their debut album. They've been around for about 3 or 4 years. They're sort of a bluesy southern rock kind of outfit. And the first song on this album is also the first single from the album. The song is called Hold On. It starts off with a drum beat and the guitars come in, and one thing that I thought immediately was, wow, this really sounds like early Wilco, which is really cool because it's sort of a back to basics rock and roll kind of sound. That kind of sound is really refreshing, especially these days with all of the experimentation and all the the synthesizers and all the electronic stuff that goes on. I'm not saying there's anything bad about that. I'm just saying that it's nice to go back in time and sort of realize what made rock and roll so cool back in the day. The song Hang Loose is a really great bluesy kind of number. It starts off with a really cool guitar riff played on a Gretsch. It has that 60s spy movie kind of sound to the guitar that I really like. But the one standout on this song is the vocal performance from Brittany Howard. She's sort of channeling old 60s soul singers from the Motown or Stax era. Singers like Aretha Franklin, Martha Reeves, early Diana Ross. That sort of sound to the voice mixed with bluesy kind of rock and roll really blends well together. You have these really great musicians who are just hammering out old-timey kind of sounds mixed with this soulful vocals. Really makes for not a unique sound, but a sound that it sounds familiar, but it still sounds fresh. Another thing about this track too is the piano that's just sort of hammering out this rhythm. It just sounds really cool underneath the whole thing, that it's just sort of going throughout the whole song. And it's really subtle, but it just sort of, if it wasn't there, the song wouldn't have the exact feel that it does. Heartbreaker is a really good song. It goes back to that Motown and Stax era with this really sort of soulful ballad. It has a very Otis Redding kind of feel, and one thing I think is really cool about it is the vocal performance is, first of all, it's really good, it's on key, but more importantly, it's believable. You can actually believe that Brittany Howard is really, going through what she's singing about. She's been through some stuff, I guess, or at least she's acting really well, because, it's just, it sort of grabs you. That performance really grabs you and just sort of holds you in and takes you, on a little journey of her heartbreak, really. The title track, Boys and Girls, is a ballad as well, but it's a little more slower, a little more piano-driven, and it's really simple, but it really gets the point across. There's not a lot of instrumentation. It's very minimal, and stands out and the thing that's important is the lyrics and listening to what the singer has been through. The album picks up again towards the song I Ain't the Same, and it's really more of it's uplifting and it's sort of self-defiant. It's sort of like saying, sort of referencing the songs that happened before on the record as heartbreaking songs. It's sort of saying, yeah, I went through that, but everything's going to be okay. And it's just sort of a little glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel of depression, basically. And it's more or less about getting over what can bring you down. The album closes with a song called On Your Way, and it sort of starts off slow, but it kind of explodes into this really more or less mid-tempo kind of song. It's a really good way to end the record because it ties everything up nicely in a little package, and just sort of, it's more or less an afterthought, sort of an epilogue to the continuity of the rest of the record. Great way to close the album. The production on this record is really well done. I really like the the way everything was mixed, everything was presented in an it sounds like everything was equal. There wasn't anything that sort of hurt the experience, like there wasn't too much drums on one track or too much guitar. Everything blended really nicely, and I think that's a really important aspect to this album. So I really like this album. This is the kind of music that I would listen to just in my off time. So I'm gonna have to give this album a 9 out of 10. It's really that good. I highly recommend checking these guys out if you're into some genuine sort of back to basics rock and roll. So that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or with a video response. Don't forget to check out the Twitter, Facebook, Last.fm, and the website. All the links are in the description. And if you'd like to suggest an album for me to review, please leave that in the comments as well. And I guess that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.